time. These magazines wanna feature me, cause they know I'm on the rise. Get the attention, I'm on a mission. Cause ever since I flipped that switch, my power can't be denied. Oh my, 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 oh my, my, my. Call me a king, you can buy me a crown. Oh my, 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 oh my, my, my. I'm leveled up, and this is my world now. This is my world now. So anyone who try to write me off, tell them they can go and write this down. This is my world now. Get the attention, I'm on a mission. I'm there with the vision. Got a passion, making it happen. Ready for action. And this is my world now. This is my world now. So anyone who try to write me off, tell them they can go and write this down. This is my world now. So anyone who try to write me off, tell them they can go and write this down. This is my world now. And this is my world now. And this is my world now. And this is my world now. This is my world now. Hey! Here we go! We coming ready or not, you better steady yourself, because we're raising some hell. There's nothing keeping this roof from blowing off. We're taking over the town, hit the switch and shut it down. Like in New York, we're electric, never stop. We coming ready or not, we coming ready or not. We're giving all that we got, we're giving all that we got. We're coming ready or not. We're throwing gas on the fire, the stratosphere getting high. We're trouble when we get crazy, we get wild. Got dynamite in our blood, get ready and buckle up. When we go big, we blow up in ferocious style. We're coming ready or not, we're coming ready or not. We're giving all that we got, we're giving all that we got. We'll never throw in that white towel. You're never knocking us
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Our family started RVing a few years ago, and when I think about all those campfires and fishing trips and sporting events, these are memories that are going to last a lifetime. I want to help others do the same thing. Hi, I'm Kevin Smith, General Manager at the all-new Click It RV in Milton Freewater. People in this community are very familiar with this location and the great service they've always received. So the biggest question we get is, where is Keith? The great news is, Keith is still here.
I've seen a lot of changes. I've seen a lot of things come and go. Through all the changes that we have seen, one thing that has not changed for us is the quality of our service.
Buying an RV is a big purchase, but it should be a fun and happy experience. So whether it be in sales or service or parts, our mission is simple: be the best. From our team here at Click It RV in Milton Freewater, we invite you to come down and experience the difference.
Rev your engines and get ready for the ultimate dirt track racing experience, the Triple Crown Throwdown. This Memorial Day weekend, get ready for 3 nights of high-octane action at 4 different racetracks. 67 Speedway and Sabine Speedway will kick things off with a doubleheader Friday night. On Saturday, it's off to Boot Hill Speedway, and on Sunday, the action concludes at Arklatex Speedway. But that's not all. There's a chance to take home some serious cash with $1,000 to win each night for the USRA factory stock and limited mods. Plus, a 3-day points fund. Whether you're a die-hard racing fan or just looking for some family-friendly entertainment, the Triple Crown Throwdown is one you don't want to miss. So mark your calendars for Memorial Day weekend and join us at the track or watch it live at Race on Texas.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Fresh in from doing radio and television play-by-play for basketball, we welcome you to coverage of iRacing on LSRTV. Foggy Knoxville Raceway. Welcome to coverage of the next round of the Northwest Super Late Model Dirt Series. iRacing on LSRTV. I am Wesley Outland.
My name is Alex Robinson, and I welcome you to tonight's show.
No, it's not Alex Robinson. I'm Wesley Outland. Let's try this again, all right? Welcome to our coverage from Knoxville Raceway for tonight's event. I am Wesley Outland. I'll be solo tonight. Charles Wooten is on. There we go.
And we have Mr. Voice joining us as well.
Well, thank you, Mr. Roboto. Charles Wooten is working on the production behind the scenes as always. And virtual Knoxville Raceway, where we're at tonight. We're ready to have some fun slinging the dirt with the best Pacific drivers of the Northwest U.S. ready to battle here at Knoxville Raceway. Hey, you ever go to Knoxville? The Rib Shack, that's a real place, and they got some amazing ribs. Hey, you got to have a ticket to get in. Go trying to watch the race from the fence. A couple of minutes away from practice wrapping up, and we'll go to qualifying. If anybody's never been to Knoxville Raceway, the scenery of the picture that you're seeing from the shots, the aerial shots of the track, the scenic shots, I meant to say, is like really, that's the landscape of how you look at Knoxville Raceway. It's built right in the middle of the town. Gas station, fast stop, that's a real gas station. Obviously, I mentioned the Rib Shack. You see the little, you slow down, you're speeding on the highway. 35 miles an hour. I just find it amazing that iRacing has found a way just to mimic what the real deal is. And you're still waiting to get a ticket to get in. Sorry, I think we're sold out. Hey, look at this. Kaufman creative weather condition. You could say mostly cloudy, but I think it's foggy. 67 for the virtual air temp. 3 mile per hour wind speed. Track temp at 70. That's just about right. Mostly cloudy conditions again. Fog rolling in. Nightfall settling in. And the sprint car capital of the world ready to feel the excitement of the Northwest virtual super late models of dirt here tonight. Just winding down, under a minute remaining. Actually, under 30 seconds remaining here in practice. It's right now, Dan West Jr. Continuing to be the fast man in practice. Devin West, his son, right there with him. Brian Barnes in the house. Missed him the last couple of nights, but he's here for the super late models. He's third on the grid. I love that camera angle from the barriers there, from the retaining wall, from the Armco barrier. Look at that. I like that. Yeah, kind of like Knoxville. Clock ticking down. Final couple of seconds, and the cars are about to wrap up practice. Jeff Stab now top 5. Got about 9 drivers, I believe, signed in here tonight. Man, I wish we could get a 30-car field for this series. I really do. I like dirt racing. I like late models. I just wish we could find a way to build up the car count for this this series. For sure. It's awesome. Hey, don't get ran over. Standing in the grass, standing on the sidewalk, trying to wait for a ticket to get in at Knoxville Raceway, or trying to sneak in through the fence. There you go. That's where everybody wants to be when the race night ends. The famous Knoxville Raceway victory lane. The sprint car capital of the world tonight. So, what'd you say? Yeah, they're getting all the concessions. Yeah, the leftover cheese fries are amazing at Knoxville Raceway. Yes, and as I mentioned, the Rib Shack is pretty phenomenal too. So, oh, we got a straggler up ahead at the fence as well. The one in the shorts and the pink shirt, I think, or the red shirt. Yeah, they're trying to sneak in on the other side. Oh, well, I digress. We're getting ready for the racing action to go. Everybody's primed and ready. We're ready to go qualifying. There's the number 55 Effective Web Solutions. LSRTV CRN Rocket Chassis out of Shelton, Washington. Dan West Jr., by the way, went around Monday night at Charlotte. Son Devin West won last night for the Xfinity Series before we take a break with that until Labor Day. We do got a lot of cool things planned, though. We're going to have some big block modifieds. We're going to have some modified, UMP modified dirt car mods, street stocks, maybe some late models on pavement and dirt during the summer break on Wednesday night. Now, Monday night will still be the truck series. That'll still remain the same. But we've got a fun league. And you know what? All of this chaos and mayhem was created by one guy, and that is Charles Wooten, who is joining us, as always, as the producer. No, Charles, jump in here. I mean, you kind of talked to the guys of the Northwest and said, instead of running a grueling Xfinity schedule, why don't we try to make a couple of, during the summer, make some fun racing leagues out of it. Dirt modifieds and big block mods and street stocks and some MX5 Cups on the road course. And we kind of got a plan. And by the way, there will be champions on the line for each of those series, too.
Yeah, excuse me, I'm falling asleep. This was my way of getting some dirt and road course racing onto the channel. I told Jeff I quit if he didn't give it to me, and I really didn't say that. I told him I wanted some dirt and some road racing, and he's like, "Oh, you know what? Let's divide this Xfinity series up. We'll take a summer break because." A lot of real tracks in real life take summer breaks for when it's just 110 out. No one wants to race. So we did that. We scheduled all this. And then, of course, me and BJ got together and made our own dirt series anyway. So it was kind of null and void. But, that was really it. We just wanted a variety on the channel for our viewers to watch. And, well, one thing led to another. And, now we're here watching this dirt race. And we got more dirt racing coming.
Yeah, it'll be really, really fun. And I think it's going to be, what is it, like a 6-week series for the big blocks and then the street stocks and then the late models and the dirt car mods and the road course series, basically. But basically, we're going to kind of wheeled out 3 months of fun racing, if you will, to then determine the race for the championship for the Xfinity Click It RV Fixed Setup Series on Wednesday night. But let everyone know, though, we're not messing with the trucks, though. Northwest trucks will still be the same, and the Northwest Super Late Model Dirt Series is going to still be going on as well on Thursday nights.
Yes, it will still be going on as normal on Mondays. The Thursday dirt race will still be going on, so we can build that car count in there as they're doing a driver's meeting at the moment. And as far as the Road to Pro, I'm done with it. It's done till July 6th, so no more Road to Pro, unfortunately, if you're here for that. But it will be back July 6th with bigger and better things coming.
There you go. So all of this is in the works right now. Well, we're awaiting qualifying. Waiting everybody to get into position to come on out and qualify on the racetrack. Are they doing the driver's meeting right now, Charles? Yeah, driver's meeting. Hey, let's just go to break. We're going to go to break. Thank our sponsors, obviously, Click It RV. Race on Texas, by the way. They got that awesome, great racing package going on. 3 big races in the Triple Crown of Dirt, the Memorial Day Throwdown. Check it out, and we'll give you all the details on that. And when we come back, we'll be back on track to qualify. This is iRacing on LSRTV, the Northwest Super Late Model Dirt Series from Knoxville. All right, back here. Again, that Memorial Day Classic. Check it out on Race on Texas if you can't be there in the Arklatex area. And we're ready to qualify now. Here comes the car number 55. Effective Web Solutions, Rocket XR1. Clements Racing Engines, CRN, Rocket XR1, number 55. LSRTV machine of Dan West Jr. 3 wins this year. Of course, he did not run last week. His son, Devin West, picked up the win. And here's a quick statistic. In the last 11 races, there have been 9 out of 11 races that the West family have won in West family competition. Phenomenal. Dan West Jr. Wow, Zach Rush going to the top of the board right now at 18:01. Everyone else working their way around the racetrack. There goes Dan West Jr. up the cushion. He works his way down the back straightaway. Dan West Jr., Zach Rush, 18:01, his best lap. Dan West Jr. top of the board. 17:94, will he improve on lap number 2? And And he's a little slower, 18:02, but the first lap will stand his fast time, 17:94 for Dan West Jr. William Fletcher in the house. Atlas Outlaws, outdoor cast iron cooking, number 28 machine. William Fletcher now, the P2. 17:97, will he improve on lap number 2? No, he will not. 17:94 for the pole for Dan West Jr., 17:97 for William Fletcher. And there goes the LSRTV CRN Rocket XR1 Clements race engine on the virtual power plant. Warrior Wraps, number 24 out of Billings, Montana. This is Jeff Stabnow. Boy, I love that camera angle, Charles. Jeff Stabnow, where will he end up on the clock? 24, climbing the board. Where will he be? Jeff Stabnow working his way off the corner. That was his heat lap, warm-up lap. Now he's on the clock. Here he comes out of the line. Where will he be? 18:336, and a round off to an 18:34. Good enough for 6th. He's mid-pack right now, along with Brian Barnes on row 3. Let's see will he improve. Lap 2, cross the line. Nah, he's fast around lap 1, 18:34. 18:34 stays at 6th right now for Jeff Stabnow. Now he's just getting some warm-up laps because he's already been on the clock. Waiting to see if James Vining or Troy Daggett will come out to qualify. We're waiting on those 2 drivers. Oh yeah, look at these awesome camera angles with Jeff Stabnow. He's the lawn man on the track by himself. Got a couple of dirt particles on the top of the window casing there. Look at the way he's fighting that car, working through the corner. Look at him turning the steering wheel right to go left. There you go. Look at this from top side. Aerial coverage as always. Oh! Jeff Stabnow going around to the 24. Aerial coverage, as always, brought to you by LSRTV and soon Texas Drone Videos. Charles, you got to be proud of me. I finally got the sponsor right for you. All right, so I'm assuming everybody's going to go to one heat race. Hey, we're still sold out. You can't get in. Watching from the fence. Well, it looks like it's going to be one heat race. Obviously, 8 laps, and then we're going to have a 50-lap feature here tonight for our show. I hope we do. I hope they remembered to make those pit stops to take on fuel. Oh, wow. We'll find out. There's a aerial view over there, too, from the National Sprint Car Museum. You know, I was going to go to Knoxville. I think it was 4 years ago. I was supposed to go to Knoxville for a race, and literally en route, on the way to the speedway, guess what happened? Mother Nature. Rain out. No, I didn't. Mother Nature ruined it for me. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, strap in. Time to go heat racing. Heat racing action coming up. It's one heat race, 8 laps. Then we go into our 50-lap A-main. Here's the starting lineup on the pole. Dan West Jr. What? 10? Oh, they made it 10 laps now. Dan West Jr. on the pole, the number 55 to the outside. William Fletcher in the number 28. Row 2. Zach Rush in the 82 machine to his outside. Devin West in the number 5. Winner last week, by the way, at Beaverly, I-55 Raceway. Brian Barnes and Jeff Stabnow will make up row number 3, the 4, and the 24. Sean Brightsman of the 46 and Troy Daggett, the 99, row 4. By himself, the Catman, James Vining. He has not committed yet to coming on track, so I think we're going to end up with only 8 cars. see the rest of the field. It looks like James Vining is going to be a scratch in the heat race. Maybe he can try to make the feature. All right. We'll get ready to settle in here. Hey, by the way, this will be our last broadcast of the week. I hope everybody has a great Memorial Day. Spending it with your family, loved ones, and friends. Don't forget about the Monaco Grand Prix on Sunday morning. If you wake up early enough, I think I've also been told it's going to be on ABC. It's going to be on national TV. Formula One on national TV this year. Usually it's on ESPN. It's on ABC. Well, ESPN is national TV for cable. ABC is you know, local TV, American Broadcasting Company. And then the Indianapolis 500 on Sunday afternoon, 11 a.m., and then the Coca-Cola 600 on Sunday night. Weather permitting. Green flag. Boy, oh boy, Dan West Jr. He jumped away from everybody on the start. It'll stand, though. He's the pole car. We're underway. Heat number 1, the only heat race of the preliminary night. Look at this angle. I love it. Where's that other angle you got, Charles? Yeah. Working off turn 4. And the opening lap's going to go to Dan West Jr. They're already rip-roaring to the back straightaway into 3 and exiting 4 now, putting 2 on the board. Your leader, Dan West Jr. Dan West Jr., Zach Rush, Devin West. It's currently how it stands right now for these drivers. Them all negotiating their way around the racetrack. Everybody else single file, just kind of ripping the lip, standing up on the top, hanging off the boards. And Dan West Jr., the one with a good run going for him in the 55. Devin West and Zach Rush now battle. This is for P2. William Fletcher on the outside looking in, watching all this go on. Everybody will transfer to the 50-lap A main. Look at him kicking the left front wheel off the ground of the Rocket XR15 of Devin West. Down to the outside, tries to make a run on Rush. Fletcher up under the fuel cell of the 28, and he closed on. Give him that run there. Fletcher and Barnes, that battle going on for 4th and 5th. 5. Now make it 4 laps to go. We're halfway home in heat race action. The only heat race preliminary of the night here at Knoxville Raceway. Look at them diving off the corner again. Dan West Jr., the leader. Zach Rush in the number 2 spot. Devin West 3rd inside. Devin West on Rush. Trying to make that move for position. The Rocket XR1 down to the inside. Father, son now 1 and 2. And Fletcher and Rush get together. Brightsman on the binders. We still hold it together. Brightsman sideways again, and we're 3 to go. No caution. Left front wheel kicked up in the air. High side, high wide on the double nickel out of Shelton, Washington. And stab now in Barnes battling now. This is for 3rd and 4th. 3rd, 4th, 5th. Stab now. Wow, boy, hang time for Barnes. Popsicle was about to lose the stick. Coming to the line, this is it. White flag in the air, 1 more lap to go. Final time around in heat race action. Dan West Jr. down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Working off turn 4 to the line. Checkered flag, and your heat race winner will be Dan West Jr. 2nd spot to Devin West. 3rd to Zach Rush. Jeff Stab now. And Brian Barnes, your top 5. Troy Daggett, William Fletcher, and father-son flip one another on the cool-down lap. So that's going to wrap up the heat race, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to get a quick warm-up session that might last between 3 to 5 minutes. And then they will grid for 50 laps, Knoxville Raceway. Hey, it's getting darker, and you still can't come in. We're going to go to break, and we are back in a moment. iRacing, LSRTV, the A-Main, the Northwest Super Late Model Dirt Series on deck.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
At Click It RV, we know there's a lot of heritage and history at this location. RV sales and service has been part of this community for decades. We knew there was an incredible opportunity here, but to see where we've come in just a year is incredible. None of it would be possible without the patronage and support from this community. So whether it be a more convenient and accessible service drive, a fully stocked parts department, or this amazing sales facility, what drives this team daily is making sure our customers leave here with the best possible experience.
Welcome back to the virtual Knoxville Raceway Nightfall. Settling in, and we're ready to strap in for round number 11 tonight for the Northwest Racing Super Late Model Dirt Series. And here's your starting lineup on the pole. Father and son, row 1, Dan West Jr. and Devin West. They are both winners in the last 4 races of dirt for the Northwest. Zach Rush and Jeff Stabdow, row number 2. Row number 3, Brian Barnes, defending Cup Series champion of last year, and Troy Daggett, winner of the Truck and Xfinity Dual Dashes back in Daytona in February. Fletcher and Brightsman, 2020 Cup Series champion of the 46. That's row 4. And the Catman, James Vining, honorable mention. I don't think he answered the bell or made the grade. He has pulled from the race. By the way, I think I said round 11. My apologies. It's round number 10. Remember, we are taking off next week for June 1st in observance of Memorial Day. We are back on June 18th. Weedsport, baby. I've been to that track. I've been to Kokomo in Indiana. June 8th, June 15th. Your next 2 races, and then we take off for a week. Then we go to Volusia on June 29th. Then we take off for 4th of July. It's Kokomo. Kokomo, I'm sorry, I'm a Beach Boys fan. I know the song Kokomo, but the racetrack is Kokomo, Indiana. We're down to Kokomo. How about that? Oh, wow. Understanding the front 2 took an end-of-line penalty to start at the rear for green. Here you go, ladies and gentlemen. It's showtime. The most powerful virtual dirt late models on the planet. The green is in the air. We're underway. 50 laps to distance. Barnes in the stab down, turn by Daggett, and he gets sideways. Caution out. We didn't even complete a lap. So, Jeff Stabnow getting the short end of a stick in the early going. Let's watch the replay, see how it all went down. West family decided to start at the rear. End of line penalty. Start the race. Try to get to the front to make it competitive. Stabnow into the left rear of Barnes. Stabnow turned, tried to save it, got away from Barnes, and then connected with Troy Daggett, the 99. That's why we're under caution. Yeah. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, that'll put us under the yellow flag. And as always, we want to thank Virginia811.com, reminding you to call before you dig. And the pyro is still going off as we speak. Come on, guys, that's enough. You know, got people standing outside that can't get in the gate because the race is sold out. Can't get a ticket. You know, gotta have the pyro shrapnel land on them. All right. By the way, coming into the points for tonight's event, obviously for round number 10, Sean Brightsman has a 5-point lead over Zach Rush, the driver that is currently leading in the car number 82. 20 points back is Aaron Cooper. He is not in attendance tonight. Jeff Stabnow should have a climb up 3 spots from last week, from 7th to 4th. And right now, 33 back to the leader. Aaron Cooper not here will probably put Jeff Stabnow now in the podium 3. Brian Barnes, Dan West Jr. along with the top 5. And we're back underway. Back to racing here at Knoxville. And Will into the car, into the fence is Daggett, the Milwaukee Tools machine. He'll save it, will stay green. And Devin West is in trouble. He's in the barrier. They'll hold it together. We'll still stay under green flag. We're 2 laps in now of 50. Zach Rush, Brian Barnes, Sean Brightsman, top 3. The battle for the championship in the early running of 10 races in is between Rush and Brightsman, the man leading. And there is Dan West Jr. powering along the inside of Sean Brightsman. Jeff Stabnow falls in flank behind them, and they're single file back into the corner. 4 laps of 50. Remember, these drivers better have made sure they can go 50 laps to distance, or maybe more. Overtime can be in effect. Right now, Zach Rushman leads the way in the number 55. There's Dan West Jr. You're watching him. Zach Rush in the 82. Sean Brightsman to the 46. Jeff Stabnow 24. There you see him right there. 1 and 2. Trying to play hide and seek from these cars. Trying to reel him in. Zach Rush the leader. What a drive for the number 82. Zach Rush simply, clearly, mainly out in front. Looking for that first win of the Northwest if he wins tonight. He has never won in any Northwest competition before. Right now, holding on to that top spot. Brian Barnes, though. Brian Barnes with 1 series win, as well as a champion last year in 2022 for the Northwest Cup Series. What a storyline that was. By the way, 1/5 of the way coming up. Zach Rush out in front. Brian Barnes in second. There you see him. Barnes in the fence. Shakes it off. Losing ground on Rush. He's got to settle back in again. Devin West and Jeff Stabnow continue to battle. By the way, Super Late Models on track for virtual Northwest competition, and obviously preparing for that week off next week. On the Wheat Sport in Kokomo, 2 awesome racetracks in mid-June. We'll have it for you. Hopefully our car counts will pick up. And like and share and follow us at LSRTV and at Northwest Racing Series. If you are a Pacific Northwest competitor, or if you're in the area and you want to get involved, reach out to somebody from the Northwest Racing Series. And definitely somebody will get a hold of you to let you be a part of what we got going on. 13 laps this time by when they come to the line completed. There's Dan West Jr. continuing to wheel and deal here. There's the leaders crossing the line. Zach Rush out in front. Troy Daggett with a problem. He goes pit side. The 99 is in. I wonder if he's going to call it a night and say he's done. Troy Daggett. He parks it. He's out. All the while, Zach Rush continues to lead the battle. Look at this now. Devin West, Sean Breitzman, Jeff Stabnow. 3rd, 4th, 5th. Or 4th, 5th, and 6th, actually. There's the leader. Zach Rush still out in front, man. I know if Zach wins this race, man, he is going to be ecstatic if he pulls off a win here. Right now, minding his P's and Q's. Brian Barnes right there within the cat's whisker as well. And that's Schwartz chassis number 4. Popsicle. Watching him work off of 2 again from the back straightaway camera. Look at it's Devin West, Sean Breitzman. A little loose for a second. Jeff Stabnow just cannot seem to capitalize on it yet. And understanding Troy Daggett back on racetrack, so whatever he did, I think he had to make an adjustment or something, and he's back on speedway. Milwaukee Tools number 99, 30 laps to go, 5 to halfway. Approaching cross flags, one caution. One caution when everything got started earlier. Since then, it has been clean and green down the stretch. Zach Rush, still the man out in front. Jeff Stabnow second. I'm sorry, in 6th. I'm sorry, the battle for 6 going on here. 5th and 6th spot. Sean Breitzman, Jeff Stabnow, and Dan West Jr. Team LSRTV right there. And so far right now, Zach Rush trying to check out of here. And the car number 82, Zach Rush, out in front as we're coming to halfway here in a few more laps. Zach Rush now opening up the interval to about a second on Brian Barnes now. Brian Barnes reeled him back in, cut it to about 3/4 of a second now. 0.75 Barnes. Dan West Jr. right there in flank behind them. Remember, Dan West Jr. and Devin West, they were the front row after the heat race. They decided to take an EOL penalty and start from the rear. And they're climbing up to 3rd and 4th. But Sean Breitzman, the points leader, is after Devin West, winner last week at Peevely, and also for the first race ever on dirt at Lima Land. And we passed halfway. 25 down and 25 to go. It's Zach Rush, the leader. Brian Barnes and Dan West Jr. third, second and third, while watching Devin West and Sean Breitzman battle for fourth and fifth. Jeff Stabnow, sixth. William Fletcher, seventh. Troy Daggett is eighth. 4 laps down. James Vining did not start after attempting to qualify, or at least practice. Sean Breitzman on board with him. He's at fifth. It's the points leader at Brights Boutique, LSRTV, CRN, Clements Race Engine, Rocket XR1. Originally from Puyallup, Washington, 2020 Northwest Cup Series champion. Now resides from Tucson, Arizona, the home of the Cactus. I love that angle. I love it. Hey, let's rest our voice for just a moment here. Listen to the thunder of the super late models of the Northwest at Knoxville. 20 to go this time by. Man, you gotta love it. The sights, the sounds. Virtual dirt super late models at Knoxville. Oh, Brian Barnes coming at you. Down to the home stretch, ladies and gentlemen. We're under 20 laps to go. Welcome back to our coverage. And Dan West Jr. amongst our Feel the Roar has moved to the lead around Zach Rush. Dan West Jr. to the lead. If Dan West Jr. wins, he will tie William Duvall with 4 wins each this year. And 4 wins in a row for William Duvall before he took a leave of absence. 3 wins in a row for Dan West Jr. Son Devin has 2 wins. Lima landed last week at I-55, as I mentioned. No, my apologies. They ran Bristol last week. My bad. Bristol was last week. I-55 was the week before. That was the last time that Dan West Jr. won. Dan West Jr. was not present for Bristol last week, and Devin West picked up the victory. And Dan West Jr. back up in front. Anyhow, with under 15 to go, there's your points leader, Sean Breitzman. Second on track, second in the points, Zach Rush. Pretty good points today for both of those guys, except for Sean Breitzman. Sean Breitzman way in the back in the number 5 spot. By the way, we've only had 1 caution presented by Virginia811.com. Yeah, the caution information, there it is. Thanks again. 1 caution, 1 lead change. That was whenever the West family forfeited to the rear on the EOL to start the race, and then they got around Zach Rush. And Dan West Jr. has opened up. There it is. You see the interval. This is the battle for second between Brian Barnes and Zach Rush. Dan West Jr. has opened up a 2-second lead over these drivers. 10 to go here at Knoxville. Hope you save till the end. You got to save till the end to be there. Remember last week at Bristol, drivers were running out of fuel. Right now, Brian Barnes and Zach Rush continue to battle for P2. Best battle on the racetrack. Single file. By the way, don't forget our next iRacing on LSRTV broadcast will be next Wednesday night, tentatively, for the next round of the Alex Robinson Promotions Kentucky Dirt iRacing League. And that'll be our only broadcast of the week. We're taking off for Memorial Day. Hope you and yours enjoy it. I mean, I know I'm not taking off. I have real obligations, but Charles, I know Charles has got real obligations. Yeah. ASCS non-wing sprint cars for 3 nights on Race on Texas. Charles would be the broadcast producer. Off-site producer, might I add. The technology is friggin' amazing what we can do now with doing broadcasts live and not even being present at the track. Dan West Jr. is the man that's leading the way. That Rocket Clements XR1, Effective Web Solutions, LSRTV CRN, number 55. 5 to go. There's second and third. There's fourth. It's Devin West. He's 6 seconds back. I don't know what happened. I think the problems that Devin West had are at the start. Just took the wind out of his sails, and he couldn't hang with Daddy. Boy, oh boy, Dan West Jr. waited to play possum till about 20 to go. 30 laps in, and then he full sent it. Interval now, 3 seconds between these two drivers battling for second and third. A good point stay for Zach Rush for second and third right now. Battling still with Barnes. Barnes in the fence. You got second in the points and fifth in the points battling on track. And by the way, Sean Brightsman, who come into the night's race with a 5-point lead over Zach Rush, is back in fifth. 12 seconds back to the leader, Dan West Jr. 2 to go. DWJ works his way down the fairway. White flag in the air. 1 more lap to go when he works off the corner. Final time. He could coast from here. That's how strong that car is. 4 wins now with William Duvall. Dan West Jr. wins at Knoxville. And more pyro flying through the air at the checkered flag. Here at the Sprint Car Capital World virtually, Knoxville Raceway. So Dan West Jr. picks up his 4th win. Their son Devin giving him a little door slam and a spin in the corner. And we now prepare for the dirt version of the Northwest High Five Salute as Dan West Jr. driving in reverse. Who's going to get the first blow? Besides the door slam by Devin West. And right now, Dan West Jr. works his way down the front straightaway as he starts burning them up here, wheelie style. And there goes son Devin, give him a shot. Jeff Stabnow says, penny for your thoughts, Chief. And I think Dan West Jr. is trying to find a way to get to victory lane. He's trying to put that car into victory lane. Bangs it off the boards again. Another big win for Dan West Jr. And again, he ties with William Duvall now with 4 wins each this year. And by the way, you want another quick statistic? In the last 12 Northwest events, this blows my mind. In the last Northwest Racing Series events, 12 races. That's counting Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday's Dirt Series. The West family, between Devin West or Dan West Jr., have won 9 out of 12 times. Wow. Dan West Jr. picks up the win here tonight at Knoxville in round 10. Brian Barnes, another good point stay for him. He was 5 back again to Brightsman. He finished ahead of Brightsman. We'll see how the points tally before we go off the air. Zach Rush as well. Good solid run. He'll finish 3rd. son Devin West, winner last week at Bristol and Lima Land. He'll get another top 5 with a 4th place. Sean Brightsman, the points leader. He led this race, coming in by 5-point lead on Rush. We'll see how things shake up when they tally them. And then Sean Brightsman, 5th. Jeff Stabnow, 6th. William Fletcher, 7th. Troy Daggett is 8th. James Vining, honorable mention for at least attempting to try to make the race. And by the way, one caution. Virginia811.com. Caution summary and information. One caution and one lead change around lap number 31 when Dan West Jr., the fast qualifier, the pole driver, the heat winner, got around Zach Rush and put it to victory lane. The interval, 3.35 seconds at the checkered flag. Coming up, we'll grab a word with West Barnes Rush. I know it sounds like a law firm, but that's our top 3 on the podium at Knoxville, the virtual sprint car capital of the world. We're back. iRacing on LSRTV when we return. Midnight Eastern Time, 11 Central, 10 Mountain, 9 Pacific, and the checkered flag has just fell in round 10 of the Northwest Super Late Model Dirt Series here from virtual Knoxville Raceway. We'll grab our 3rd place man real quick. Zach Rush came into the night's race with a 5-point gap on Sean Brightsman, 2nd in the points. Zach, I tell you what, man, you're getting better week in, week out with a race. And it felt good to lead some laps too, didn't it?
Oh, absolutely, Wesley. I didn't expect to lead. I didn't think that Dan and Devin were going to go to the back, but I guess they decided they wanted to and try to run through the pack. So it was nice to lead a couple laps at least.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, you did everything you could to battle. And obviously, you're battling not only to look for your first win at the end of the night, 6 top 5s, 10 top 10s. For your inaugural run on the Dirt Super Late Models. Man, are you enjoying this series?
Oh, absolutely. I love running on dirt, especially since Scott or Tristan, he got me into it about a year ago, and we've been practicing ever since, and I've been getting nothing but better. This is my first official league that I've actually ran dirt for, so pretty fun.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friend, I hope this will give you some good news as well. You're still 2nd in the points, but you've cut the gap on Sean Brightsman to 3. Your take of this, as well as you got a break off for Memorial Day.
Oh, that's great, Wesley. At least we closed the gap on him. I was hoping to get past him, but well, at least we closed it to at least 3. I know I had a 5-point difference prior to this race, so pretty happy about that.
All right, buddy. On to the next one after Memorial Day, and thank your sponsors, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Brandon Dollar Designs for the paint scheme on the car, and Bishojo Motorsports, and LSRTV for putting on the broadcast, and Click It RV for the series.
There you go. There's Zach Rush, ladies and gentlemen, the number 82. He'll finish in the number 3 spot podium tonight. Of course, he'll now go 2nd in the points, 3 points back to Sean Brightsman, who, by the way, finished in 5th. 2nd place, Brian Barnes, popsicle number 4, Schultz chassis. Man, you were willing it. I thought you were going to flip the car at the start, but once you got the handle on it, Brian, you'll settle for 2nd spot. Pretty great race between you and Rush battling there at the end, and a good solid run for you as well. By the way, you have now moved up 2 spots to 3rd in the championship standings.
Oh, well, that's good news. Yeah, thanks, Zach, for such a great race. Man, that was a really nice battle, good and clean. Up until Argy Bargy comes. No, just kidding, Dan. Nice win, buddy. But it was an awful fun race.
I got to ask you the same question I asked Zach Rush, man. It's got to feel good to be battling up there at the front.
Yeah, the way I looked last week at Bristol was just a joke. So I was happy to at least be able to wheel it for a change.
Well, man, it's on to the next one. I got to ask you, man, we don't really see you that much on Monday or Wednesday anymore. We're going to see you try to make some more races, or are you just kind of committed to doing the Thursday Dirt Series?
I was going to do the Monday, but the setup shop I was using was not getting me anywhere close in the first 3 races of the season, so I decided to just bow out. And, of course, Wednesday is date night, so we can't miss that.
I heard that, man. I heard that. Well, listen, it's on to the next one. Enjoy Memorial Day week off next week and this weekend with your family and date night as well. And we'll see you at I believe it's Weed Sport and Kokomo the next 2 weeks. So thank your sponsors there, Brian.
Yeah, my XYL is my sponsor, so thanks to her for putting up with me on what used to be date night, but since Dirt became Thursday, I had to move date night from Thursday to Wednesday, so thanks to her for that, and congrats to Dan again. Catch you guys later.
I think it's pretty cool that you can still have a friendship with your ex-wife. Normally people become sworn enemies, but that's awesome.
Oh, I meant XYL, which was loving young lady. That's
okay.
Old CB radio talk. I'm sorry.
My apologies. My bad. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Happy wife, happy life. So, and the girlfriend too. So, Brian Barnes will settle for the number 2 spot. I'm gonna shut up talking to him so he don't get in trouble in the doghouse tonight. And Brian Barnes, second tonight. And Dan West Jr. Dan, I don't know if you heard my statistic. The last 12 races, 9 of 12 winners have been the West family. That's phenomenal. What a job you guys are doing. And another win here in the Super Series of Dirt. 4 wins now tied with William Duvall.
I appreciate that, Wesley, and I appreciate the kind words, Brian and Zach. You don't win these without luck, man. Luck goes a long way. So like I say, we just got to ride that and see how far it takes us.
I don't know about luck, though, Dan, man. It seemed like once you got back and you got around them with 30 laps in, you pulled away and didn't look back. I mean, the interval was 3.5 seconds at the checkered flag.
Yeah, those guys were putting on a pretty good show up there from where I was sitting, and there for a while, they weren't really getting any bigger in my windshield. So I was getting a little concerned watching laps, and I felt like, once I got there, I thought, well, then, it's one thing to catch them, then you got to pass them. So, fortunately, I hadn't tried the bottom all night and, in the main event. So once I went down there, it hooked up pretty good.
Well, but I'll tell you what, man, you're making a climb as well in the points. You have now obviously moved into 6th position and 41 back. I mean, listen, there's still a lot of racing to go, and being a 2-time Truck Series champion, obviously, this mindset of trying to just, go in, race out before you make a run for a championship, right?
Yeah, definitely, Wesley. That's, right now, like I say, we're just showing up and having fun with these guys. It's a great group of guys we have here. I think we're very fortunate to have these guys that show up here and race each Thursday night in this Dirt Series. So right now I'm just having fun, and you just come out here and do the best you can, and however it lands, it lands.
All right, buddy. On to the next one. Have a great Memorial Day. We'll see you at Weed Sport in 2 weeks, but thank your sponsors, man.
Thanks, buddy. Effective Web Solutions, LSRTV, CRN Sports, Click It RV. Appreciate everything you guys do, and we'll see you on the next one.
Dan West Jr., 4 wins now in the Northwest Super Limited Dirt Series, tying with Will Duvall. Sean Brightsman will hold on to the points lead. 3 back on Zach Rush. 31 back on Brian Barnes. Both of those drivers on the podium tonight. Jeff Stab now 4th. 34 back. 40 back is Dan West Jr. Ryan Bloom, 70. 85 back, William Duvall. Troy Daggett, 102 and 113 for Devin West as well. Well, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of everybody at Rocket Racing Media, iRacing on LSRTV and the Community Radio Network, we'd like to wish you and yours a happy and safe Memorial Day. While you're enjoying racing or barbecuing or family gatherings, remember to pause and reflect and remember our military, those that have fought for our country and that have passed. We remember them during this weekend. For Charles Wooten, I'm Wesley Outland. Congratulations, Dan West Jr., winner